Auden Larratt has now officially responded to James' English's latest video. If you guys have not seen this latest video, James does multiple lifts where he is maximally testing his wrist, he's doing some isometric holds that are really heavy, and he uses a few different handles. One of the handles he uses is this ultra grip handle, which I think does a really good job of mimicking fingertip pressure on the table, and another handle that he uses is this Artem handle. We've seen Michael Todd using this handle quite a bit. This handle allows you to loop your thumb through the handle so it feels maybe a little bit more like it actually would gripping up with a real-life human being instead of just a piece of plastic. James ends up lifting 100 pounds on the ultra grip handle for about 3 seconds holding it isometrically, and then he manages to lift 125 pounds on the Artem handle. Now personally, I found the ultra grip lift to be super impressive. We've seen Hermes Gasparini lift weights that aren't that much higher than this, for example, and as far as the other handle goes, I haven't ever really tested a maximum lift on something like this, and I haven't seen a ton of people doing this exact lift, so I'm not sure how impressive this is. But the point of all of this is to say that Auden Larratt has now made a response video where he loads up the exact same amount of weight as the second lift that James did, and he uses a similar handle. It's not an Artem handle. Auden is saying that this handle is actually a little bit more difficult, but it's a similar style handle where you loop your thumb through the handle itself, so it seems like it would at least be somewhat similar. And Auden ends up lifting 125 pounds and of course makes it look like he's struggling a ton at first, but then reveals that this weight is super easy for him. So of course on the surface it would appear as though Auden is just way stronger than James English is, and James is going to have no chance in this match. However, I do think that these lifts are actually very different, and the reason for this is the pulley system. I'm not sure which of these handles would actually be more difficult. It's a little bit hard to tell how similar they are because Auden and James have different hand sizes, but the main issue to me is the friction on this pulley system. When we look at the lifts that James is doing, he's in a seemingly very nice gym, and I'm guessing that the friction on this pulley system is going to be very minimal. Whereas when we look at Auden's pulley system, it looks like there's going to be a lot more friction on this one. Now, if you're simply trying to budge the weight off the ground, the friction doesn't really matter because you're going to lift the fullness of the weight regardless, but if you're doing an isometric, that's where friction is going to make the lift a lot easier. And just looking at the way that this pulley system is designed with this rectangular pulley slide, it looks like it's going to be prone to having a lot of friction, so I think that this lift from Auden is probably quite a bit easier. So if Auden does happen to see this video, what I would love to see Auden trying is to match James' lift with the ultra grip handle. I'm pretty sure that the Larratt household has one of these. I think I've seen Devin Larratt using it before, so I would love to see Auden Larratt attempt to lift 100 pounds and use a smoother pulley system, a pulley system that is a little bit more traditional and looks like it wouldn't have near as much friction. And if Auden is able to lift 100 pounds or even more than that, that would be extremely impressive to me. But let me know what you guys think about this. Which one of these lifts do you think is more impressive? Auden's lift or James' English lift?